Okay guys, welcome to today's tutorial. In our previous videos on tutorials, we learned how to draw in 2D, and some of the drawings were, like I explained, used by major drawing tools like line, circles, polylines, and the rest. If you have missed those videos, you can do well by checking on the description. I'm going to be dropping the link below this video. Thank you. So in today's tutorial, we are going to be drawing this, and like I always said, before you draw, you are going to make sure your settings are accurate, and you can type your units to check, and always ensure it's in millimeters. You can set it to millimeters, and for precision, I think I'll go with 0.00, and that will be all. And the next thing, you are going to be making sure this auto mode is highlighted, and you will change, because we are drawing in 3D, you will have to change this to southwest isometric. So the first thing I would do is I'll use my box here. Let's click on box, then to draw it, I would left click here, and the first thing I would do is I'll type my 14, because I have 14 here, and tap, press your tab button on your keyboard. 24 is the length. You type in your 24 there, enter, then you take your mouse upwards. The height here is 28, type 28, enter. Now you are done. We are done with this. So the next thing, I will make sure I change it to realistic and not in 2D wireframe anymore. Should be on realistic. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to make sure I copy edges so I can get this shape. So I would go to solid editing, copy edge, and I'll click on this particular edge, left click, enter, take my mouse downwards, left click, and take it to the left. Now the distance, you know that the total distance here is 24, from here to here is 24, and we have that the thickness of this particular part is 10. So 24 minus 10 should give us 14. So that means here would be 7 and the other part would be 7. So I take my 7 here, enter, copy edge again. Let me shift this thing so I see the edge. Let's click on this edge, let's click, take it to the right, type 7, and exit. The next thing I'm going to do is to press pull, and let's click on my press pull, take it to the middle here, and let me turn it to this way. Now to turn this, you have to press your roller in the mouse, that roller button in the mouse, you press it together. Just press the roller button and your shift button, and you can turn it as you want, to any angle you want it to return to. So the next, you're going to extrude this a distance of 24, which is 10 here, and the radius of this circle here, this is a circle, is 14. The radius is 14 from the midpoint, and plus this 10 is 24. So you take 24, enter. So the next thing you are going to do, you are going to copy edge here, a distance of 14 to get the midpoint of this circle. So we copy edge, let's click on this edge, enter, let's click on and take it to the right, a distance of 14, enter, escape. Now we are going to press circle for C for circle, and locate the midpoint of this line. You will see that the midpoint, you see a triangular, a green triangle, then that is a sign that that is the midpoint of that line. You left click on that triangle and take your mouse just aside, away from the midpoints. You click 14, type 14, enter. Try it again by pressing your enter button to repeat the last command. Let's click on the midpoint, and we are going to draw this particular circle now. Remember, the first one we drew was this one. Then the next one we are going to draw is this particular one, which is radius of 8. Type in 8, enter. So we are going to copy edges now, so you can get this line, this particular line, and this line. So remember the height is 28, so 28 minus, this is radius, which is half of diameter. That means radius is going to be times 2, which is going to be 16. So we have 28 minus 16 should give us 12. So we are going to copy this edge. Copy this edge. Let's click on this particular edge, enter. 12 divided by 2 will give us a thickness from here to here and here to here, which is 6. So we have it 6, enter. Copy edge again. I can decide to shift this thing to an angle I want, enter. Take it up 6 again, enter, escape. Then we are going to press the click the press pull button there, and we will not be making use of this. Let's click. I will show us how to make that easy. Now the first thing is that we are not going to be needing this particular part, this part, we're not going to be needing them, and this part. So I'll press my shift button, then let's click on those places I don't need. I'll not need this one, and let's click on it. Let's click on it, and let's click on this, and this. Then after I'm done with that, you press enter. Now when you press enter, you take your mouse away from it. Let's click just outside the drawing, and you have this. So the next thing I'm going to do is, let me shift this so the construction lines will disappear, so I know what I'm really having. So the next thing we will do is to get this back space here, this back shape, and with an extrusion. So we know that from here, we know that it's a thickness, the thin is the thickness of that shape, and the total height is 28. That means 28 minus 10, which will give us 18. So 18, you are going to have 9 here, which is 18 divided by 2 should give us 9 here and 9 here. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to copy edge again. So let's click on this top, enter, take it outside, let's click and bring it down 9, enter. You see the line here, copy again, make sure you turn it so that you'll be able to see what you're pressing and which angle you are touching. Take it up 9 again, escape to exit. You click on press pull and take it to this middle shape here. To get this, now we are given that the distance is 24, so we bring it all out 24, type 24, enter. So we have that this circle here, the first circle is radius 12, the second circle is diameter 16.5. so what we are going to do now is we type C, enter. Now you take it to the up, take it to this midpoint, okay, and here, okay. So we have our midpoint here, we track it. Now it is 12. You type in 12, enter. If that didn't show, make sure that this your object snap is on. So you can set that your object snap by making sure that your endpoint, midpoint, just make sure this is ticked. Make sure all these are ticked, being ticked. So what I did there was I type in my C, enter. I tracked and make sure I located the midpoint of this line here, midpoint, which is going to give me a green triangle, and I just stood there for a little while, located the midpoint here, then brought it all up, so it gave me the midpoint between this place and this place. So that's how I got that. So the next thing we are going to do now is to get C. This is 16.5. So since my circle is in center radius, I can either change it from center radius to center diameter, because the measure the dimension is given in diameters. So I'm going to get this, the midpoint. To get the midpoint, if for instance your center diameter, okay, now to get the midpoint of my circle, you just take it to the circumference of the circle. You have the midpoint, this white dot here, and you take your mouse to the midpoint there and type in 16.5, enter. So what you're going to do now is you press pull. I'll press pull this. Firstly, I'll not be needing this shape here. I'll press pull that. I'll not be needing this part here. Press pull it. So we have our drawing here. So thank you for watching. This is our drawing. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.